As someone who measures my profit in Path of Exile with fun per hour instead of divine orbs per hour, I may have found a healthy middle ground during my playtime during 3.22 Trial of the Ancestors. That's right, your uber unhinged exile thinks you may have found something that's flying under the radar of those not attempting it, and instead sticking to the old, reliable method of farming Searing Exarch or Eater of Worlds altars and maps. I know, this is absolute blasphemy. Just hear me out. I've forgone the altars of our favorite Innocence wannabe and evolved Squidward to help our Atlas mom using a boss and invitation farm strategy. The reason? The brand new Atlas Keystone introduced this expansion called Destructive Play. Destructive Play is located in the top Maven cluster of the Atlas Passive skill tree. For any new players watching this, it's a second huge passive skill tree you get access to after the campaign that allows you to sculpt PoE's endgame to whatever you enjoy or would like to grind away at. This node is phenomenal, especially in combination with other distinct Atlas passives. Destructive Play reads, the Maven summons 1 to 3 additional bosses when witnessing map bosses. Modifiers to the final map boss in each map also apply to these summoned bosses. The flavor text is also quite cool. She makes the rules up as she goes. It was never going to be fair. However, this isn't a lore video, it's an unhinged strategy guide. Both of Destructive Play's clauses are integral to the strategy because we are going to juice our map bosses to the high hells, or, if you're a low juicing scrub like me, we're going to use the Atlas passive skill tree to juice them, just enough. You see, each of the extra bosses and the original map boss can potentially drop special items due to what we're going to allocate on the Atlas tree. I don't care how you reach them, you're going to want the following notables and passive clusters in addition to Destructive Play. Conquered Conquerors, which increases the chance for map bosses to drop Cirrus Guardian influenced maps. Remnants of the Past, which increases the chance for map bosses to drop both Elder and Shaper Guardian influenced maps. And Vivid Memories, which increases the chance for map bosses to drop synthesis maps. Those are your big ones. Just with those allocated, while the Maven witnesses a map boss, any of the map bosses have a chance to spawn Awakened Support Gems, a Maven-only benefit, Shaper Guardian maps, Elder Guardian maps, Conqueror Guardian maps, and synthesis maps, plus any of the many invitations to fight a combination of the Guardians and or other powerful bosses in the Maven's Crucible. This is an absolutely wicked fun strategy, especially for someone who likes fighting bosses like I do. You should be able to self-sustain invitations for the most part, running Elder Slayers, the Formed, and the Twisted with ease. It's awesome. Plus, if you don't like any of those fights, you can just sell the Guardian maps and invitations if you're in Trade League. There is a downside to this, of course. Besides the fact that it might not be the most profitable strategy out there, it's tough. The Maven drops in a variety of bosses on you, and in particular arenas, the battles can be quite punishing if you're not instantly deleting bosses. I'm not, and the combats can get intense. Also, a note on the deletions. Don't down the original map boss too fast, or the Maven won't spawn in the extra bosses. You need to wait until she gives the usual, another challenger, or handle this audio lines from the Maven's Crucible. If you don't, well, then you won't be getting the rad extra map bosses and their potential loot. Additionally, since we're focusing on killing lots of map bosses, absolutely any other nodes or additions that improve map boss spawns help the bonkers for bossing strategy. I'd recommend picking them up too. One such group of nodes is the Sextant cluster on the top right of the Atlas tree, which grants a chance for bosses to drop map currency. You can further juice with a variety of Awakened and Elevated Sextant mods that further augment map boss rewards as well. I'd recommend favoriting a set of maps you enjoy with good boss arenas. Okay, that's the strategy. Now, let's see it in action and pray I was as lucky as I was last night when I got a Shaper map, an Elder map, a Synthesis map, and an Awakened Elemental damage with attack support from a single map boss encounter. We're doing it live. Alright, here we are. This is a Shaper Guardian example of Destructive Play. We're going to go right in. You're going to get a glimpse of what this actually looks like, and we're hoping RNG is on our side and we get some actually good drops so we can show off how cool this is. Warning, I might die. Like I said, this is a little rippy.
One shall murder the other. Struggle or strangle. Time to up the stakes.
Oh, we got the Lady of Justice as well.
Strangle.
And another boss. Looks like... Oh, okay.
Resist the assault.
Take her out. Oh, look at that. So we got one boss down, but I just want to showcase. We did die, right? Maze of the Minotaur, Hidden Shadows, Al-Hazmeen, and we only have one boss down. Still have 2 to go. So I did die. I fully going to showcase that. It's rippy, and my build isn't in the best place right now. It does take me a bit of time to take these creatures down. Plus, it's a ramp. There we go. Nothing from that person. We're going to have to hide that loot. We're going to start to ramp on this guy. Yeah, look at the freaking increase. Be able to tank this. Alright. We're going to try to go for him next time.
Grasp your mortality tightly.
Alright, there we go. Oh.
A veil of safety and security.
My totems keep dying.
Or strangle.
The struggle of melee. Gone again. Let's make sure we have all the Maven's bubbles down. You are.
Struggle or strangle.
Come on. Stop moving, buddy. Let me ramp. Let me ramp. We got him. Awesome. Okay. So not a drop from the actual boss, but 2 drops here. Maze of the Minotaur, Hidden Shadows, Al-Hazmeen. Awesome stuff. That's what I'm talking about. You get a ton of these awesome Guardian map drops, and you're able to chain the invitations together. Just yesterday alone, I did about 10 maps. I think I had a total of 16 Guardian drops and 3 invitations, 2 the formed and 1 the twisted, which is just great. Very cool stuff, and this opens up a new play style of chaining together these maps, which is awesome. And because it's the Maven, you also have to vary up the maps that you play. You can't just farm the same few maps together if you're doing this strategy for the most part. Thanks for watching. Let me give a huge shout out to every Exile who supports this channel. You can help the channel grow by giving this video a like, bear slamming the subscribe button, and turning on the bell. There's a ton more PoE content and beyond incoming. To all those who watched until this ultimate moment, get bonking bosses, Tala Moana.